Well, welcome back to Mostly Satisfactory. It's been about a week since I was here last, and and it's still incredibly primitive and unfinished here, as you can tell. But we did get a little bit automated because if you remember last episode, we did a lot of manual processing, and quite frankly, this episode will be a lot of manual processing. But we're gonna reduce that bit by bit. So hopefully by the end of this episode, some of our machines will be doing our work for us. But in the meanwhile, I like jumping over those guys. I don't know why. In the meanwhile, we'll continue working. We were told we got to build the space elevator, and yeah, we do. I mean, I get it, but there's no reason to go rushing into that because what we got going here is a whole lot of home improvement, right? There's a lot of technologies to research here to kind of lay the foundation for doing all the fancy stuff later. So the one we're working on right now is obstacle clearing. That will give me the chainsaw, and I'll be able to start cutting down trees. I mean, I don't want to cut down trees, but I'm going to need to cut down trees, and that'll also give us the ability to make solid fuel, to solid biomass fuel. So that's really efficient stuff. It's going to be good stuff. And until I figure out a new fuel source, we want to try to be as efficient with that stuff as we can. So what I'm doing now is I'm doing for copper what I did for iron over there, right? We're going to set up a miner. And the miner is going to basically do the mining for us, but like the other one did. But we're also going to set up a smelter, and this miner can feed that smelter. Hey, what is he doing? He better not poop on that plate in my house. I don't know if they can poop, but I can tell you this: look at something that big. If he poops, it's not pleasant for anybody. I'm not cleaning it. Anyway, so then we'll set up this the smelter so that we can automatically smelt the copper, and that's a big labor. Was he just pooping? I don't know. That'll be a big chunk of the labor saving that I'm talking about. So awesome. So let's hook these machines up to juice. Okay. So now it's drilling, and we should see some copper ore coming down the line. There we go. Sweet. Seriously, dude, go someplace else. I mean, if I could grow crops, I wouldn't mind you pooping because we could probably use that, but what is that? It's, well, oh. Is this a trap? So this is in real life the Christmas FICSMAS.
Congratulations, you have found your first FICSMAS gift package, which is, naturally, full of gifts, the basic part necessary for most FICSMAS seasonal event activities. Don't forget to check the calendar or the MAM to see what you can do with these gifts. Or do forget, I don't care.
Well, that was positive. So What is these? Okay, FICSMAS event. So apparently, I mean, in real life, it is the holiday season, and so apparently, there's another one falling. Okay, this is gonna be distracting. So apparently, the folks that create Satisfactory are pretty keen on celebrating the holidays, and they apparently have some type of special event that you probably know about, but this is kind of a surprise to me. So I don't really want to concentrate on the Christmas stuff because we really haven't gotten anywhere with the non-Christmas stuff yet. But I won't go crazy out of my way for it. But if it's in my way, I'll partake a little bit. It sounds like our computer is definitely not thrilled with the idea. Kind of like your boss at work, right? It's like, yeah, we're having a holiday party, but they kind of soft sell it so that you don't go and stay too long, so you can get back to work, make all the big moolah for them. Whoopsh, whoopsh. It was a rough day at work, so I'm particularly anti-corporate at the moment, as you might tell. So, okay. So let's replace this, and of course, limestone doesn't need to be smelted. It's got to be constructed with the constructor. But I'm not there yet. I mean, we've got the 2 biomass burners on the hub, and at full capacity, they're going to generate 40 kilowatts. So, okay. So we'll need to standard that for now. But the bits we've set up here are already going to save us quite a bit. Now we just need to run power out to that thing. And I'll need some copper for that. Wrong mouse button. Okay. This should let us build quite a few power poles if it comes down to that. Okie dokie. I really have no idea how far apart you can keep your poles, but I assume there's not too ridiculous, so we'll be relatively generous with poles, I guess. That should do it. Okay. And now we got cable. Well, power cables. Okay, did that work? Yep, green light over there. And I can hear it. There she blows. Okay. So now got the constructor would be the next logical but it's going to require probably creation of more power infrastructure. And really, I would need it in conjunction with storage, which, I mean, all that's good stuff, but, oh. You better not be pooping on... Man, these things are everywhere. There's one right there, too. You keep moving.
Do we need that?
Okay, well, that added to the conversation. Looks like there's one over here. There's two over here. But it's in the no man's land. If I go there, I can't probably get back up. Or okay.
I'm sure this is useful to someone, somewhere.
Yeah, it's all part of your plan to lure me down here. But now that I'm down here, I guess I'll get this stuff, which is apparently sulfur.
Unknown chemical element collected. This non-metallic and multivalent element seems to be present only in a solid state, and exhibits a most pungent smell. It is fortunate FICSIT helmets are of such high quality. Store this potential resource for later use.
And I think after we get the chainsaw, we might want to look at researching the MAM so that we can then research everything else. There's a lot of berries down here. Huh. Ugh. I don't want to kill off this iron ore because this is what I'm standing on to try to get out of here. Can I get up out of here? No, not even remotely. Well, while I'm down here. Let's see. You know, I kind of hear a slug. Or something that sounds same as a slug. Ooh, little secret corner over here. And there's something down there. There's several somethings down there. Again, you know, trying to tempt me to go away from the safe space into what is certainly death, or certain death. I know your game. I've talked shop with my share of game designers. Huh. Quartz.
Unknown crystalline mineral collected. This mineral is composed of the same chemical elements as quartz and may yield similar industrial functions. Store this potential resource for later use.
Well, thank you. And may the quartz be with you. Always. Okay, I think I got all the bushes. Didn't get all the berries, apparently. Nope, didn't get all the bushes either. Oh my gosh. Okay. I think we've cleared out this little veil. Huh. Man, these presents are everywhere. So, is there any way... Oh! Bauxite. Well, that would be aluminum, or for those of you in the Commonwealth, aluminium. Nothing to say. She let me harvest bauxite without any comment. Okay. Anyhow, I was kind of hoping I could like fall down there and run up the other side, but nope. So, I mean, except for jumping into the void, I think this is the most viable alternative. I always hated platform scrollers because invariably there would be that one level that was, you know, to get past it, you had to do a very specific combination, a very specific timing, in a very specific way. And if you didn't do it just absolutely perfect, like this, you were hosed. How maddening. Jump, 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 jump. Okay. Note to self, don't do that again. Since I already have a bunch of biomass, might as well grab a bunch more. Is it just me, or did it seem like the majority of presents were falling down into that deep canyon hole place over there? And the stuff up here that would be infinitely easier to get is, well, less frequent. A lot less frequent. Yeah, as soon as I said something, the game decided to put a token gift out here to prove me wrong. Apparently you can make something or do something with these things. Are they like a currency you could use at a store? There's the facility that gives me coupons. Is that what those things do? Okay. 500 screws. That sounds like a lot, and it is, but when you create screws, you create 6 at a time. So, what is this? The calendar, huh? Okay.
Welcome to FICSMAS, an official Fix-It seasonal event, brought to you by official Fix-It Fun engineers. FICSMAS is based on a seasonal holiday popular in several cultures and religions, often seen as a winter holiday because no one actually cares about Australasia. The event is vetted to be 100% pioneer-appropriate fun and is not obligatory. FICSMAS enables many new distracting activities focused on building the giant FICSMAS tree. These activities involve the MAM, the FICSMAS calendar, and those abominations falling from the sky. There is more, but I don't care. In the interest of us all, I will tell you that FICSMAS has caused stress, lack of focus, general despair, and physical injury to many pioneers. It is the worst scoring event ever created by Fix-It, and has gotten backlash for its blatant cultural inappropriateness. So when you inevitably change your mind and decide to disable this event, you will have chosen humanity and kittens and puppies, you will have chosen truth and empathy, you will have made me proud.
Okay. I am officially going to rename Ada Big Sister because of the propaganda she spews. Need help finding a number? You mean a number? A number what? Get hint. Enter. Okay. Start at the very beginning. Oh! It's an advent calendar.
This data cartridge contains the FICSMAS MAM tree setup and will need to be fed into the MAM database to unlock its first 2 branches. If this seems convoluted and/or boring, and you wish to quit the event, I will understand.
Okay, so this is like an advent calendar, except that the little doors are hidden. Like a hidden pictures. Well, I don't...
A suitable gift, I suppose.
Jet fuel. I mean, I'm still like light years away from being 8. There's an 8. I see a 9. A 5. I see a 13, a 14, a 16. 17, 24. 10. 12. 25. Okay.
There is no escaping the FICSMAS spirit with this red ornament build gun trinket. It can be equipped at the lockers in the hub.
I'm glad I found it. Now I can have a ball. Oh, it's all Christmassy in here too. It's beginning to look like FICSMAS. Okay. Those are oranges or basketballs or what? Okay, let's again. It's diverting, right? Stay focused. Stay focused. So I need screws, cables, and cement. So cables requires wires. Requires wires. So I need a bunch of wires. Because each cable requires 2 wires. Gonna need more wire. I might need more copper. Oh no, we got plenty. I just need to make copper ingots. But I don't have to make copper ingots because this guy already made them. Okay. So you see, these things are saving us time and effort already. And now we have 100 cable. And that part's done. I'm going to need some limestone. And it looks like he's already made a bunch of limestone. And how far away is this thing? I'm just
get back to work.
Yeah. Thank you, big sister. I'm just, I don't, I'm still new to this. I still don't. I mean, they're giving us FICSMAS and all, so that certainly bodes well for them. But I still don't know them. I still don't trust them. I'm just waiting for them to drop a box someplace and then throw some of those big bash. What in the world was that? Is one of those big old flea-looking things pooping on me? Oh. Well, apparently these boxes of gifts are a lot heavier than I thought. Okay. What was I saying? I don't remember. I'm just realizing I don't have a lot of inventory space left. Gonna need to start stashing stuff. Of course, I need just one more. Okay, that'll do it. Concrete's laid in. So now we just need screws. Screws need iron rods. Iron rods need iron ingots. So I kind of like the idea of this FICSMAS. You know, the problem is, it was the same problem like when you're playing World of Warcraft or something, right? So an actual holiday, a real world holiday is coming up, and you know, it's that time of year in the real world. So then they do an event in game that kind of mirrors it, and that's a lot of fun. But see, it adds pressure. It does, because you know, they add all this cool content, but now it's a limited time thing. It's not like, you know, we got this new expansion, and I can go back into that expansion content anytime I feel like it. No. They've got this, you know, this new content, and you better make some time to play and experience this content before they whisk it away again. I don't know if they've done this before. I would imagine they probably did. This game is remarkably old considering they just finished version 1. But, so, this is the quandary I have. And apparently, the project for FICSMAS is, I think she said, to build the big holiday tree or Christmas tree. So, that's the goal. And I'm a nut for Christmas trees. What can I say? So, that might be what lures me into this. You gotta have the Christmas tree. Now, I don't think I've explained this before in any of my videos, but Christmas is kind of a wacky holiday at my house, because we have them 3 times. We have 3 Christmases each year. And the reason's this, right? So I'm an American. I grew up in America. I was actually, you know, baptized Catholic. So, you know, for me, December 25th was Christmas. But my wife grew up elsewhere. She grew up in the Soviet Union. And, you know, Soviets didn't believe in God. And, but, you know, the Russian people, even though the Soviets didn't believe in God, the Soviets were smart enough to know that the Russian people loved their Christmas stuff. So they basically took all the trappings of Christmas, the presents, the tree, the singing, the food, the whole shebang, and they moved it to New Year's. So you had a New Year's tree, New Year's presents, New Year's party. And that was the tradition that my wife grew up with, right? So for her, New Year's was a big deal. But when the Soviet Union fell apart and the Russian Federation came into being, the church was no longer poo-pooed anymore, right? And the state officially adopted Russian Christmas as a holiday. But Russian Christmas is December 25th. Well, it is and it isn't, right? Because Russian Christmas on our calendar, the calendar that we all use, the Gregorian calendar, is January 7th. So it's almost exactly 2 weeks after Western Christmas. So people started celebrating it then. And if you want to know the reason why it's on a different day, the Russian Orthodox Church still uses the Julian calendar. And the Julian calendar figures out leap years a little bit different than our current calendar, the Gregorian calendar, which means after thousands of years, it's kind of drifted. And so December 25th on the Julian calendar is January 7th on the Gregorian calendar. So there you go. Anyway, so by the time I married my wife, she was also celebrating Russian Christmas on January 7th. Well, this was a quandary for us because I celebrate December 25th and we live in a country where December 25th is it. But, her nostalgia is based on December 31st. And of course, she had recently adopted January 7th and I wanted to be respectful of her culture. So we did all three, right? We don't do anything. Here we go. We don't do anything super big.
Milestone reached. Solid biofuel, created from any biomass, ensures maximum efficiency of biomass burners. To aid in biofuel production, the chainsaw allows for the removal of tougher wood and coral foliage. Additionally, your pocket dimension has been inflated to increase inventory size. Inspirational note: will you be the Fix-It Employee of the Month?
I doubt it.
You could be if you construct, automate, explore, and exploit by eliminating all obstacles to efficiency. This isn't just fun, it's contractually mandated fun, fun, fun.
I think their definition of fun is different than ours. Anyway, so we have 3 Christmases, and then we had kids, and it got complicated, but we kind of had to formalize it. So at our house, we have Christmas on December 25th, and that was the night that Santa comes, and they put out milk and cookies, and they write a letter to Santa. Of course, they're 15 now, so they still do it because we asked them, do you believe in Santa Claus? Oh, yeah. They don't believe in Santa Claus, but they know that if they say they don't believe in Santa Claus won't come. So my kids aren't stupid. So we go through the whole 9 yards, and that's December 25th. Then on December 31st, we do gifts again, but these are... they're not really Christmas gifts. They're the gifts from Mama and Papa and Grandma and Grandpa and aunts and uncles and all that jazz. So it's like the family gift giving, right? And then on January 7th, which is not an official holiday in the United States, and so sometimes we have to wait until after work and school, but January 7th is yet another gift giving. But you see, the night before, they leave out milk and cookies for Dead Moroz, which is Grandfather Frost or Uncle Frost. And he is essentially, for all intents and purposes, the Russian version of Santa. And he has a helper, Snegurushka, which is the Ice Maiden or Snow Maiden. And so they leave out milk cookies for him too. And then that's all the gifts from Dead Moroz. So... it sounds like my transport's coming back. Yep. thing comes in pretty hot. It gets me nervous every time I see it like that. Anyway, so that is the complicated story that is Christmas at my house. So, I think what we can do here is we can build ourselves a constructor. Yes, eventually we'll build constructors and they'll be all hooked up with conveyor belts and all that jazz. But for now, this one is just going to be here and it's standalone. And I will manually put stuff into it and let it process that. And that will help take some of the burden off me. So now that we've created all this biomass, we'll go ahead and have this puppy start working it into biofuel. And then we'll replace the fuel in the biomass burners with solid fuel. Get that completely replaced because it's much more efficient, right? And this is going to help us conserve, if that's the right word, the landscape around us, or at least the stuff immediately around us has got to go, but hopefully we don't have to go cutting down all the forests. Okay. If I have, let's see, 18, 18, 4, and 4, that's 26. So we still have some capacity in our biomass burner. Not tons, but we could probably start hooking stuff up with conveyor belts in the near future. So I don't need an assembler yet. I will eventually, sooner rather than later, but not now. Here we go. Base building, logistics. Oh, they do have splitters and mergers. Okay. Okay. I don't know if you can filter with them, but hopefully you can. Yeah, the MAM. That's what we'll do. So we're going to need wire, and we're going to need screws and plates. So we'll get this going. In the meanwhile, I can start working on this other stuff. So I need wires, screws, and plates. Oh my. Okay. I got plenty of copper on me. And luckily it's 2 wire for every copper. So she said my inventory is a pocket dimension? Okay. It kind of reminds me of in D&D or Dungeons and Dragons, there's a magical item called a bag of holding. Oh, if people go crazy over that thing, but basically it's a bag, like you could, and it could be a backpack or something like that. But the inside of it is much bigger than the outside, right? So you have a backpack, and inside it could be anything from the size of a phone booth to a living room to, whatever. So people like them because, people are pack rats, especially in a role-playing game, right? Don't even get me started about the morality behind killing people and taking their stuff, right? I mean, that's what we're conditioned to do, right? I mean, if you play any of the role-playing games, especially computer role-playing games, that's what happens, right? You kill somebody, you get their stuff. And I remember where I got slapped in the face. The reality of this slapped me in the face when I was first teaching my daughters to play Minecraft, and I was, in a village, and I was just taking everything in the village like people do in Minecraft, right? I don't do it anymore, but that's why I don't do it, because I was just taking all of their stuff. And then, of course, if you're trying to get a villager merchant to be exactly what you want, and he's not given the right trades, he might suffer a little accident, and of course there would be things to pick up. And my girls are seeing this, they're like, Papa, why are you killing people? Why are you stealing their stuff? And it's like, that's a pretty good question. And that's when I quit doing that stuff, right? So if you've watched my Minecraft videos, you know that I don't go in and rob the villagers blind. I generally don't harm the villagers if they don't do what I need them to do or want them to do. They have freedom of choice, and I just gotta suck it up and deal with it. And of course, if I kill a monster or a mob and it leaves something, you betcha I'm picking that up. But if it's a monster, well, he deserved it, and if it's a mob, it's because I'm farming it, right? So that's just the way it is. But anyway, I don't even remember what I was talking about to kick that all off. But yes, we are teaching our children to whack people and take their stuff. I thought I got 6 screws per rod. I guess it's only 4. I mean, it's still better than 1, so okay, but we're at this stage of the game where it's like, come on, go faster. But that's okay. We've got a standalone constructor now, so we are already more efficient than we were when we started this episode. Not radically more efficient, but certainly more efficient. The machine's doing some of my tedium for me. Launch-a-rooney.
Milestone reached. Supply the molecular analysis machine, referred to as the MAM, with local resources to research and develop new technologies. Potential technologies include exploration tools, weapons, and factory buildings. These are essential for maximizing your Pioneer efficiency in alignment with FICSIT's core pillars: construct, automate, explore, and exploit. To advance FICSIT's mission, all notable phenomena, resources, technology, or other influence should be investigated regardless of any perceived danger, as stated in the Pioneer contract.
Okay. Cables, rods, plates, and reinforced plates. Okay. All the usual suspects. Except reinforced plates. Those are kind of new. So there's the 15 cables I need. And I need 6 plates per reinforced plate. So I'm going to need a bunch of iron. Going to need 12 screws for each reinforced plate. 2. And that means for 5 reinforced plates, 60 screws and 36 iron plates. Hold on, 5 times 12. It's not 36. 5 times 12, 60. Boy, do I. That's what I get for doing this late. I'm punchy as all get out. Okay. So, 8 times 4 is 32 screws. Plates. So I have enough plates. Gonna need to make iron rods. Okay, that's 60 screws, and then should be enough to make the plates. There's 5 plates. Okay. So now I need 22 rods and 160 regular plates. I got an idea. How do you change this thing? Here it is. Oh, here it is. Make some iron rods for me. Thank you. I'll check in with you later. So that just plates. That's 42, and I need 160. Oh, those are screws. Okay. Looks like I'm going to need even more rods than I did before. Because I'll need the rods for rods, and I'll need the rods to make screws. And I'm kind of tapped out. The problem is, like if you look, that the little orange box on top of the icon takes up most of the icon. And then the thing that you don't have is grayed out, and it's really grayed out, and yet the silhouette of like the box of screws and the iron plates are similar enough, right? That they got that that particular angle where if it's grayed out like it was, that's why I thought I needed iron plates when in fact I needed screws. I guess you could say I screwed up. Okay, let's see what's next. Iron rods, but not enough iron rods. got a lot of copper still. So I just need 160 screws. So I think we have enough rods for that now. But now I need 22 rods, and I only got 2. So close. See? I thought I needed 22 rods. I need 25. Okay. There you go. I wonder if you can use a chainsaw on bad guys. I mean, logic would say, yeah. In fact, there's a whole subgenre of horror movies based on that, but I don't know. Okay. Switch to single. I'm not quite, I mean, I know that if you're in area mode, you can cut down lots of trees at a time. I don't know, aside from how many trees you cut down at the same time, I don't know if there's another difference. I mean, usually it would be a trade-off, right? So we'll cut down all the trees within reach, and you get 10 or 20% less wood. I mean, that's what I would do if I was a game designer, but I don't know what they did, so. The tree with the big ball of mud in it. For the first time, I just noticed that there's a compass at the top of the screen. Oh my god, how dense am I? Okay. So there's a compass. Very cool. And the hub shows up on it. Okay. Very cool. So now we're making rods just independently, just, you know, doing its own thing. Which is good. I need 100 of them. In the meanwhile, I just collected a bunch of wood, right? So craft that into biomass, and now I can make a mess of solid biofuel. Yeah. Now the neighbors, they have a dog, and he apparently doesn't need any advanced technology to make his solid biofuel, so I don't know exactly what we learned to do here, but okay. So I'm now more of a delivery man than a constructor or engineer at this point. Nice, nice, nice. I'm so tempted to just, you know, let that thing heat up till it explodes or something, but it probably would explode. Take me out. I'm trying to do my best not to die. I have no idea what happens if you die, right? I just assume that it, at best, almost nothing happens, and at worst, you know, you lose all your stuff or something. Don't want that. Ma'am. Okay, reinforced plates, cables, and wire. I have one wire and none of the other stuff. So I'm going to need 6 plates 6 regular iron plates for one reinforced iron plate, so that's, and I need 5, so that's going to be 30 plus 60 screws. There's 60 screws. Got my plates. 4, 5. There you go. And I still need wire and cable. Cable. Most of you are probably too young to remember, but back in the days when most people got their TV from the airwaves, having cable was a big deal, right? Because for one thing, your picture was almost always better. And for another, you usually had more than the basic 4, 5, or 6 channels that came in off of the antenna. 15 cables. Okay. I want to kind of line it up so everything kind of looks like I didn't just throw it down randomly. Normally I would put it where this constructor is, but I think I'll put it someplace, obviously. Man. Okay, I think that lines it up. Yep, that looks like it's lined up. So try to get it to match. I think that works. Now we go get all the stuff we've been collecting that we don't have any idea what it is. Or I do know, but I gotta have the system figured out to unlock stuff. What do we got?
The remains researched belong to an organism now dubbed the fluffy-tailed hog. It has many characteristics that would likely classify it among the Suidae family were it native to Earth. Hog remains can now be made into alien protein, and additional research may reveal options for improving pioneer safety during exploration.
Lovely. Fluffy-tailed hog sounds like a lot smaller and cuter than the actual thing. Barrel nut.
This fruit, dubbed the barrel nut after its distinctive color, is compatible with the human digestive system and has been added to the object scanner. Further research is available.
I don't even know what half of that stuff is.
This fruit, dubbed the paleberry due to its tendency to stay light in color even when ripe, is compatible with the human digestive system and has been added to the object scanner. Further research is available. This semi-slug, now dubbed power slug, is early in its life cycle and has retained only part of its potential energy storage capacity, giving it its blue color. Power slugs are capable of extracting latent energy from their surroundings, including through a form of photosynthesis, and preserve it in their porous semi-crystalline shell over their lifetime. This explains why they rarely move after having found a suitable location.
Actually, I rarely move after finding a suitable location. It has nothing to do with absorbing energy.
The crystalline mineral was a previously unknown variation of quartz, with uniquely large and flawless crystals, normally only found in synthetic quartz. The industrial application of this mineral will follow that of its synthetic counterpart, specifically in communication and exploration technologies. This unknown chemical element was in reality an unusual mixture of solid sulfide and sulfate materials from which sulfur can be extracted. Sulfur's primary use lies in fertilizers, which we have no use for. Instead, this element enables access to more volatile obstacle clearing and pioneer defending tools.
So humanity is able to go to other planets, and I have to go to other planets to research sulfur.
The purpose of FICSMAS is to build and decorate a giant FICSMAS tree with style. The FICSMAS category has been added to your build menu. Gifts are the basic resource from which many other festive parts are made. Like FICSMAS branches, which can be crafted in the constructor. In an effort to make this event meet the bare minimum efficiency quotas, I have disabled the ability to craft these resources by hand. Trust me, that glitter got everywhere. You're welcome.
Okay, so I'm going to have to automate the Christmas stuff or the FICSMAS stuff. Well, that kind of puts a damper on things. Huh. Well, let's take a gander at our base. So it's not a lot of progress, but it's solid progress, and I feel good about it. I had fun. I hope you did too. So next time we'll just pick up where we left off, including FICSMAS research and making the big Christmas tree. So until next time, I hope this finds you and yours in good health, good spirits, and perhaps a touch of good fortune. Cheers.